Hello again, this is Britt Wallace. Pardon my voice as it is late at night. My kid and mother-in-law are asleep and we have an open floor plan, so um, you know, having the house open like this makes voices and everything carry. So I'm trying to be a little quiet as their doors in their bedrooms are open and I just want them to sleep. So anyways, wanted to say hi. My name is Britt Wallace. I'm an agent with Berkshire Hathaway. So I want to share something with you guys that if you want to, if you know anybody that's buying or selling real estate anywhere in the world, doesn't matter where, if if you allow me to recommend an agent for the area that they're looking, whether buy or sell, and they use that agent that I recommend and complete a transaction with them, I will send you a gift, a box of unopened hobby. Probably not something older like this, something in the newer realm, but I'll let you pick a sport and we'll go from there. So it's exciting. It's something that's been working really well, and hope to share that with you guys as well. So reach out and let me know how I can help you. And so my name is Britt Wallace, and I'm with Berkshire Hathaway. You can find me at brittwallace.realtor online. So for today's box, we are doing a 1992. This is a Series 1 Upper Deck football. I have completing a new complete set of these, so I'm going to have to get a Series 2. But I basically did this thinking I could fill in a lot of those gaps with a box rather than buying a bunch of individuals at probably $1 each on eBay or wherever, ComC, and so was able to get this for a good deal, and so when I open this, one of the cool things I love about this is this big Walter Payton card on the back. Now Beckett actually lists values for those, interestingly enough, so I'm going to include this in my set of 92 Upper Decks. I do have the complete Walter Payton set already, as well as the Dan Marino, so that's one of the two types of inserts that are available with this. There's potential to get an autograph, so that's one thing I don't have is Payton or Marino's autograph. And so let's dig ourselves in here and see what happens. Ones that I end up not have duplicates of, or that's really the only thing that I'm gonna get rid of are ones I have duplicates of. So I'm gonna post them on my eBay page. That's Big D in AZ Cards. So you guys reach out and we'll get in there. You know, see if I have anything there, and if I don't, then feel free to message me, and I'll see if I can get something pulled up for you, or at least tracked down. This is one. So the Pro set I've already done, and that was one that I'm completing a set on. So I've basically completed Series 1. I am looking for 2 cards, but I'll post a separate video about those later. And then this is the 92 Action Pack that I've opened as well, and that basically came with like 3 full sets. So that one's definitely complete. Not that it was one that I was necessarily trying to collect. Alright, so 92 Upper Deck. Now, I love the early 90 Upper Deck cards. I just think the colors were just fantastic of the photos, and so big fan. I mean, just right off the bat, I mean, look at those. This is a Tommy Maddox rookie, and this is the Topps Gold series. I mean, just so bright. I mean, I'm not even sure that this camera is getting how great the colors are, but I love them. This is also several golds in here. Kevin Smith rookie from the Cowboys. Lawrence Taylor. And this is nostalgia for me because I haven't opened these in forever. And I don't even remember how these packs were like. So the fact that there's a gold, this is just a gold pack, it looks like. This is Dan Marino. We got Ty Detmer, Heisman Trophy winner. We've got Chester McLaughlin, rookie. We got the hologram Andre Reed. That guy was killer with the Bills. Got Boomer. We have here Kurt Barber, rookie. Dan McGuire. David Klinger from Houston. Wonder who else came from Houston, huh? Carl Pickens, receiver, rookie. Another Tommy Maddox. We've got Kurt Barber and my guy Troy. I'll put those off to the side and let's keep cracking. Now that one pack was upside down in the box, so it makes me think that that was some sort of an interesting thing about these tear here's made corners get a little testy, so that's the only one I'm going to do there with that, and then the rest I will open my traditional way. But it looks like that one gold is the one gold pack that was upside down in the box. So we got Ronnie Harmon, Reggie Cobb, Jimmy Johnson, Blake, rookie, Kevin Turner, rookie, Alfred Williams, all-rookie team, Andre Collins, Eddie Anderson, Brian Blades, Chris Carter, Eric Bieniemy, offensive coordinator for the Chiefs, Richmond Webb, Michael Young, Sean Jefferson, and one of the greatest, Barry Sanders. They say they are 15 cards per pack. You don't see that anymore. They are the collector's choice. They are mine, absolutely. At least these early 90s Upper Decks. They kind of fell off by the end of the 90s. I loved these cards. Freddie Joe Nunn, Ernie Jones, Brent Williams, got Eder Bennett, rookie. We have Siren Stacy, Sarah Tualo, Eric Kramer, Richard Dent, Gaston Green, Mark Carrier, Seth Joyner, Tim McGee, Dexter Davis, Anthony Thompson, Bill Moss. Obviously there's nothing too exciting about these packs. They're all pretty much basic commons, and that was to be expected in collecting in those days because that's really all there was. The only thing you really looked forward to that was different in a set was maybe like the traded sets that would come out later. So we have Brian Washington, Rodney Hampton, Andre Collins, Chris Hackle, Chris Mims, Tim Barnett, Johnny Johnson, John Taylor, Pat Swilling, Bo Orlando. Anybody remember Houston Oilers? Dwayne Bickett, James Francis, Ronnie Harmon, Jeff Jager, Freddie Joe, Jesse Toggle, Nick Bell, Vince Newsom, Amp Lee, Dexter McNabb, Lawrence Dawsey, Aaron Craver, Cornelius Bennett, Anthony Carter, Joel Hilgenberg, Jeff Bryant, Mo Gardner, Stanley Richard, Tony Casillas, and Chip Lohmiller. Hayward Jeffers, Gene Atkins, Greg Montgomery, Ricardo McDonald, another Ricardo McDonald, Mike Pritchard, Vincent Brown, Clarence Verdon, Bruce Armstrong, Steve Brousard, Scott Stephen, Steve Walsh, Neil O'Donnell, Carl Mecklenburg, Canavis McGee, so a lot of packs in these boxes. Obviously, I'm not doing this for the hits. This is for nostalgia. This is again to complete my set, but it's just fun to look through these again. Chip Lohmiller. Remember some of these players: David Griggs. Some of these uniforms, these color schemes. Robert Del Pino. You know, LA is bringing it back. Brian Bollinger. Got Tony Smith. This is Kenny Walker. Brian Hinkle. John Freeze. Tim McDonald. Michael Carter. Carl Gardner. Hugh Millen. Raina Thompson, Hayward Jeffers, and Charles Mann. I said I wouldn't do it that way, but I did it. Canavis McGee, Tom Raithman, Pat Swilling, Joe Bowden, Jimmy Smith. A lot of people don't realize he was a rookie for the Cowboys before he went to the Jaguars. Eric Moten, Reggie White, Rob Thomas, Herschel Walker, Don Majowski. He would get hurt in 91. Brett Favre would come in and he'd never come back. Brian Mitchell, Simon Fletcher, Eric Green, Jacob Green, Pat Swilling. Maybe it was 92 that he got hurt, now I think about it. So it's during this season. He's pretty decent too. But ask Drew Bledsoe and Alex Smith. Warren Moon. Mike Merriweather. Heisman Trophy winner Rodney Peete. Dexter McNabb. Carlos Huerta. Alvin Harper. Herschel Walker. Brian Jordan. Reggie White. Marcus Allen. Bob Golick. Chris Dishman. Ken Norton Jr. Ken Norton Sr. is the boxer. We've got Michael Irvin. Colors. The way the camera does these cards justice. El Noga. Those of you that have these, have felt these, check this out here. You guys can see that too. Any of those that have seen these in person know what I'm talking about. 92 and 93 are my two favorite years. 91, I think they're still trying to get their stuff together. So those 90, 91 upper decks for baseball weren't as nice as these ones. 92, 93. Joe Kelly, Reggie Roby, John L. Williams, Chris Mims, Amp Lee, Leonard Russell, Tim McDonald, Rob Moore, Brian Hinkle, Richmond Webb, Steve McMichael, Tony Mandrich, Mark Duper. That card is upside down. Stephen Braggs, Super Bowl winner Mark Rippon. There's Mark Rippon. I moved to Texas in '92 and was able to go to the season opener of the Dallas. I moved to Dallas, and it was the '92 season opener. Dallas Cowboys Monday night versus the defending world champ Washington Redskins. Cowboys would win, and they would go on to win Super Bowl 27, the first of the three. So I became a football fan ever since. I really didn't know what it was up until then. So, yeah, great experience. And so Mark Rippon holds a spot in my memory, but probably not for what he would like. Al Noga, Bobby Brister, Anthony Carter, there's Terrell Buckley, Terrence Small, Mo Gardner, Bruce Armstrong, Steve Bono, Vincent Brown, Sam Mills, Darian Connor, Darrell Henley, Thurman Thomas, Eric Martin, and one of the greatest ever, Steve Young. I said one of people. When he retired, he was hands down the leader in passer rating. John Baylor, Benny Blades, Deja Vu, Derek Moore, Chris Hackle, Nick Bell, Gaston Green, Henry Ellard, Eric Kramer, Tim McGee, Wilbur Marshall, Jeff Lakeman, Pat Swilling, Alexander Wright, Chris Miller, Robert Del Pino, John L. Williams, who would join the Cowboys later in his career, Reggie Roby, Mark Dionfrio, Will Fuller, Todd Marinovich, Brian Blades, Farrell Edmonds, Andre Collins, Hugh Millen, Keith Henderson, Paul Gruber, Louis Lips, Keith McKellar, Gaston Green, Team MVP, not John Elway, and they're kind of aluminum foil wrappers, which is kind of different too. Reggie White, Ronnie Pete, Mike Merriweather, Patrick Rowe, Matt Darby, and first art card checklist, all rookie team checklist. Rod Bernstein, Ernest Biner, Vince Newsom, Simon Fletcher, William Thomas, Dalton Hillard, Chris Singleton, Brian Cox, that man was a beast, Art Monk, last I saw Brian Cox was a linebackers coach with the Falcons. I don't know where he's at now. I'm assuming he's still coaching. Thurman Thomas, that guy was special as well, but neglected because he's on the Bills. Greg Montgomery, Gene Atkins, and despite those Bills teams being some of the greatest in NFL history, just could never get over the hill. Leon Searcy, Ed Cunningham, Jeff Snyder, Brett Perriman, Christian Okoye, Greg Montgomery, Darrell Henley, Ricky Dixon, Scott Case, also came Cowboy at one point. Towards the end, Eric Green, Thurman Thomas, Ryan Washington. Now I thought I know it says look for Walter Payton and other inserts. And I would have thought we would have one by now because we're almost halfway through. Mark Rippon, Broderick Thomas, also a Cowboy at one point at the end of his career, Bruce Armstrong, Willie Clay, Leon Searcy, Charles McRae, Anthony Carter, Vinny Testaverde, he played till I was 107, Aaron Kraber, Tim Brown, Vince Workman, Pepper Johnson, Marty Carter, Leroy Horde, and on the fell, Chris Martin. Alright, right at the top, Chris Miller, team MVP. Got Chris Dolman, Reggie White, Ed Cunningham, Patrick Rowe, Ed King, Pat Swilling, Warren Moon, one of my favorites, Johnny Johnson, Al Edwards, Jim Harbaugh, head coach, Michigan Air Bay, Byron Evans, James Joseph, Roman Pfeiffer, and my boy, the playmaker, Michael Irvin. I mean, Upper Deck was blowing out these colors like, you know, using their bold, I don't even know what filter that's called, but doing bold coloring before it was a thing. Gaston Green, Charles Haley was a Cowboy that year, Brian Hinkle, Matt Darby, Mark D'Onofrio, Stan Thomas, all rookie team, Robert Del Pino, Thurman Thomas, Brent Williams, Chris Hinton, Lorenzo White, James Thornton, Chris Carter, team MVP, Hall of Famer, David Fulcher, Eugene Robinson. Art Monk, Michael Haynes, Eric Kramer, Will Fuhrer, excuse me, Derek Moore, John Flannery, Brent Williams, Derek Thomas, also a beast, Robert Del Pino, Clay Matthews, you may recognize that name, Bobby Hibber, Steve Hendrickson, one of the greats, Barry Sanders, team MVP, Mark Higgs, team MVP, Lonnie Harmon. On this side. Chris Singleton, Ken Norton Jr., Greg Townsend, Steve Atwater. This is the Broncos checklist. Tony Covington, William Fuller, Pat Swilling, John L. Williams, Floyd Turner, Carl Gardner, Michael Carter, Jay Hilgenberg, Haywood Jeff, our season leaders, Raina Thompson, team MVP, Barry Sanders. Eric Green, team MVP, Mark Duper. Brad Baxter. Here's another team checklist to Kevin Mack, Browns. A couple more. Stanley Richard, all rookie team. Here's the Bears team checklist. Mark Carrier, the defensive rookie of the year. 91, Robert Del Pino. I guess it was 90s. 1990. Benny Blades. Flipper Anderson, what a great name. Especially that picture of that card. It looks like a dolphin. Seth Joyner. Mark Carrier. John Casay. Anthony Thompson. Dexter Davis. I also just love the stone marble texture that they used. Ronnie Harmon. Yeah, 92 is when I really fell in love with these. And then I liked the 93s. And then from there they just got lazy. Jeff Legman. Pat Swilling. Chris Warren. Here's another Mark Carrier, but it's not the one you're thinking of with the Bears. This is the receiver with the Buccaneers. All rookie team Mike Kroll. Harold Green. Brent Williams. Reggie Roby. Fred Barnett. Eric Bieniemy. Again, the offensive coordinator for the Chiefs. Chris Carter. Eric Thomas. Sean Jefferson. Michael Young. Stanley Richard. The team MVP, Tim McDonald. The Phoenix Cardinals. Louis Lips. Mark Higgs. Again, the team checklist, Tim McDonald. Mo Lewis, all rookie team. Richard Brown. Johnny Johnson. Mike Merriweather. Ernest Gibbons. Now, is that this way? Is it this way? Ronnie Holman. Kyle Clifton. Matt Brock. Leonard Russell, team MVP. Derek Thomas, team MVP. Neil O'Donnell. We would take the Steelers to the Super Bowl in 30. All right, Jeff Herod. Chris Singleton. Bruce Matthews. And that same last name. Here's Marion Butts, the San Diego Chargers checklist. Here's Brian Cox on the all-rookie team. Greg Lloyd. Aaron Craver. Gene Atkins. Terry McDaniel. Freeman McNeil. Alvin Wright. Ray Berry. Here's the team MVP, the playmaker, Mike Levin. Haywood Jeffers, the team MVP, and Ken Norton Jr. What do you think, folks? Is there going to be a Walter Payton in this? Just one? At all? In this pack? In this box? Anywhere? Other than the box bottom? sealed up pretty good. Dan Selamois. I have no idea if I pronounced that correctly or not. Eric Green, team MVP. Jim Everett. Here's a Christian Okoye, Kansas City Chiefs team checklist. Got Alfred Williams, all-rookie team. One of the best names, Michael Jackson. The Browns. Vincent Brown. Nick Bell. Jeff Cross. Michael Brooks. Andre Ware. Chris Miller. Here's the team MVP, Jim Harbaugh. Coach, John Roper. And Mark Duper. Get your stretches in, Dupe. Eugene Daniel. Team MVP, Jeff Legman. Wendell Davis. Here's Emmett, the team checklist for the Cowboys. Sarah Tualo. Jared Bunch. Herschel Walker. Rodney Hampton. Al Smith. Howard Ballard. Dave Waymer. Rich Miano. Steve Berline. Backed up Troy Aikman before he went on some starting roles. Larry Brown would go on to win the Super Bowl MVP in 30. And Pat Swilling. Larry Brown got it with 2 picks against the Steelers. Team that had Deion Sanders. Tim Barnett. The McDonald team MVP. Anthony Munoz, Hall of Famer. Here's Jeff Harrod, the Colts team checklist. All rookie team, Kenny Walker. Rob Burnett. Tim McDonald. Michael Haynes. Greg Townsend. Keith Jackson. Darren Lewis. Joey Browner. Leroy Horde. Louis Oliver. Louis Lips. Ronnie Lott, season leader. Man, I love that guy. Jeff Harrod. Mark Ingram. Here's another team checklist for the Dolphins. Mark Duper. Eric Moten, all rookie team. Darren Como. Gaston Green. Charles Haley. Brad Baxter. Jeff Graham. Joey Browner. Darren Lewis. Michael Ball. Reggie Roby, season leader. And Chris Singleton. I feel like I should be able to finish off my season or my series 1 of these 92 Upper Decks with this box. Marv Cook, Dan Salawama, heard it before and I'll do it again. Bill Brooks. Here's the Eagles team checklist with Keith Jackson, Bo Gardner. Arguably the fastest player in the NFL, Darrell Green at the time. Brian Blades, or at least when he came into the league. Chris Dolman, Chris Warren, also was a Cowboy. Mike Ken, Rich Miano, Dave Waymer. Here's the season leader checklist. Thurman Thomas Warren and Michael Irvin. Robert Wilson, Eric Green. I can imagine Barry Sanders on a team with a quarterback and a receiver that either would have been Hall of Fame worthy. Gil Beard, Eugene Daniel, loved Jay Novacek. Cowboy could play. Atlanta Falcons team checklist: Andre Rison. All rookie team: Charles McRae. We have Brian Noble, Rod Bernstein, Broderick Thomas, Mark Higgs, Steve Young, Chris Miller, Andre Ware, season leader Emmett Smith, Jerry Ball, team MVP Jeff Legman. I know this is endless, guys. It's a nice thing about these 90s cards. Cortez Kennedy, team MVP. Tim Barnett. Shane Conlon. Here's John Taylor, the San Francisco 49ers team checklist. Ed King, all rookie team. Terry Allen. Brett Perriman. Bubby Brister. Bruce Matthews. Rich Gannon. Ray Berry. Alvin Wright. Eric Swan. Keith McCants. Tim McDonald, team MVP. Okay, Rodney Hampton, team MVP. Rob Thomas, Jeff Eagles. Here's Rodney Hampton, the team checklist. Remember those? Stan Thomas, our rookie team. Robert Blackman. Here we go. John Elway. Tom Rathman. Jim Everett. Daryl Thompson, Matt Brock, Kyle Clifton, Chris Spielman. Here's the team MVP checklist. What's up? I had a little bug on me. Jeff Herod. Cobb, Team MVP. John Freeze. Oh, a Peyton card actually made it in the set. And it's the header. Very not exciting. It would have been nice if this was the autograph header. But it is not. Rob Moore, Team Checklist. All rookie team, John Flannery. Alfred Williams. Chris Dolman. David Griggs. Wendell Davis. Jay Hilgenberg. Eric Thomas. Chris Carter. Barry Word. Jeff Herod, Team MVP. Dan Salamoya. I'm gonna murder it like I own it. Can't promise that I will repeat it the exact same way again though. Vaughn Johnson. Richard Dent. Neil Smith. Chris Spielman, here's the Detroit Lions Team Checklist. Tim Barnett, all rookie team. Gary Anderson. Charles Haley. Ernie Jones. Hall of Famer Anthony Munoz. John Cassay and John Cassay. Mark Carrier. Tony Bennett, Team MVP. Again, Tony Bennett, Team MVP. And Eugene Daniel. Maurice Hurst. Eddie Anderson. Gary Anderson. Here's the team checklist for the Oilers. Haywood Jeffers. All rookie team Lawrence Dawsey. Terry Wooden. Michael Haynes. Reggie Cobb. Mark Ingram. Eric Thomas. Jay Hilgenberg. Michael Carter. Jeff Herod, Team MVP. Barry Word. And Tim Barnett. Last pack, guys. If you stuck around, thank you. I don't blame you if you left. It is not the most exciting thing in the world. But like I said, for nostalgia, it's worth it. Jeff Hostetler. Kevin Green. Bert Grossman. Irving Fryer, the Patriots team checklist. Mike Pritchard, all rookie team. Barry Foster. Rodney Hampton. Eric Metcalf. Bill Brooks. Ray Berry. Daryl Thompson. Dom Majowski. Here's the team MVP checklist. Chris Spielman. And season leader Ronnie Lott. Well, folks, that is everything. Empty box. We've opened all the packs. So thank you for sticking around. I'll probably put that somewhere. Thank you for sticking around, and I hope you enjoyed some nostalgia with me. And look forward to doing some more in the future. Certainly, prices of things are a little crazy right now, so doing something new seems ridiculous to me. But when this whole pandemic thing is over, everything will come back down, and things will go back to normal. So, anyways, I hope you enjoyed, and I look forward to talking to you. Reach out to me anytime. BigDNAZcards@gmail.com. Be sure to hit like, subscribe. I'll try to have more content coming soon. Take care, y'all, and be safe.